Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is episode 2 this evening. I have entitled it Bill and Cu, which is a playful pun on Bill and Cu, which, anyway, this is our second adventure in the exploration of the ancient dwarven city of Cu. And for this adventure, we are joined by a company of mid-tier adventurers, some of the most powerful heroes in Bartholomew's Adventuring Company. Oh, and special guest Anadoltia, who's not a mid-tier hero, but paperwork, sometimes you end up getting in stronger adventures than maybe you were prepared for.
But I digress. Compensated.
Let's actually start with you, Anadoltia. We're going to introduce each of our characters. For those who aren't familiar, Anadoltia, the Confectia's porcelain princess. Who and what are you, for those who might not be aware?
Of course. I am a doll-bound, which is essentially a doll with a soul granted by either magic or, well, mostly magic means. And as for how I'm doing, a lot has happened since the Nightmare Court.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? Anything exciting? Anything interesting?
Well, to be fair, I've pretty much turned to a mother since then. It's kind of a strange story because everyone in the pastry thought I died, and so Sugar, my little pixie friend, decided to adopt a lot of people, or I should say, a lot of the children who were homeless. So I am now, or I should say, not just Sugar, but the rest of the pastry children as well. So I'm now a mother to 3 tabaxi girls who are just as tall as me and Sugar, standing straight tall.
That can be difficult being a little construct person, but I'm sure that you'll make the best of it. And I'm glad that you have more love in your life. That's always a great thing. Well, Anadoltia, I'm glad to have you in this adventure. I hope you're not too in over your head. Got to earn those Bartholomew bucks to bring home, right?
If only they could pay for food.
If only. Maybe you'll find some other treasures while you're here. Welcome,
I hope
Anadoltia.
So. And thank you.
Our next adventure this evening is the one, the only, the sharp-tongued Ideal. Ideal, how are you?
I am doing well, thank you.
Now, Ideal, your tiefling form is it is easily recognizable. It is one of the most popular icons in the business world, I hear, in Central City. Is that correct?
That is correct, though I do stand out a bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because the unicorn horn adds to the profile. You got the 2 tiefling horns and the unicorn horn in the middle.
Yeah.
Have you ever regretted the unicorn horn, Ideal? Or does it really, it stands out, right? It puts you apart.
I do not regret it. It helps, like you said, it helps me stand out and makes me more unique.
So, Ideal, I've heard you've been using that sharp tongue to kind of slowly but surely gain a hold on the business dealings in Central City. Is there anything in particular, any particular businesses or enterprises that you've been reaching for since your recent ascension to the myth tier, one of Bartholomew's most famed adventurers?
Well, I have recently acquired a business of sorts.
What do you kind of trade in, or is that a need to know kind of? Am I not a VIP enough for this?
It's a bar of sorts. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, of course. Exclusivity comes at a steep price, and I understand I might not be important enough to know. Well, Ideal, I'm glad your enterprise has been going well, and I'm glad to have you in this adventure. Hopefully you'll have a lot of fun, and maybe there'll be something interesting in it for you. Who knows? Oh, welcome back. Our next character this evening, Michael Verity, the newly established king of order. Michael, how are you?
I'm feeling absolutely wonderful.
Mike, I have to ask, because there's been a lot of talk. did you stage a hostile takeover of your father's kingdom during your myth-tier ceremony / coronation? Or was this was this a voluntary thing that he stepped down as king?
Who insinuated that I would ever do such a thing?
Well, you're the king now, not the prince. When you were the prince, it made sense. Now you're the king? Oh, wait. Are you not you're the king of order, not the king of Maradona?
I think I'm the king. I'll be the king of the kingdom soon. Let's not worry about that. I'm not one to do such a thing. How dare anyone thinks of that?
I mean, people were just talking and they were wondering. They're like, that doesn't seem super orderly, unless it was all planned.
I planned that. Like I knew when my time came to become a myth-tier adventurer, I knew that it had to be my time.
Of course, yeah, no, absolutely. So, has your father stepped down as the king in your kingdom? Or
it's being arranged. I'll just say that it's being arranged.
Of course. Anything else new in your life, Michael? I see you have a gleaming new sword strapped to your belt.
Yes, that sword.
Oh, that little trifle.
I think I'll leave the details to when I actually have to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, God willing, you don't have to, right? We can solve things peacefully here.
Of course I can, especially when I can cast some spells now.
Well, Michael, I hope those spells serve you well, and best of luck on your adventure this evening. Thanks for being here. And last but certainly not least, our keeper of the forest, our master of none, Fluffy. How are you?
Hello. I am doing rather well this evening.
Fluffy, you have such a peaceful. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's been very peaceful in the forest with all the animals sleeping and resting for the winter.
You have such a peaceful cadence. It brings me great joy to just hear you speak. Anything exciting and new, or is it just the animals are sleeping and things are quieting down?
Rather bored, actually, with nothing much to do. The forest is sleeping, the animals are sleeping, so I just sort of sit in my forest wondering what I should do. And then this adventure popped up, and I was quite happy to help where I am needed, as always.
I see. Have you had your first snow yet in the winter, or does it not snow in your forest?
The canopies keep most of the forest above, so none of it really makes it to the floor.
Oh, well, you know what? I guess that's not too bad. You don't have to worry about all the vegetation being smothered out by the snow. Well, Fluffy, I'm glad that I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you can get a nice distraction from the I understand you're a peaceful person, but too much docility with the nature in the winter. I'm glad you can get a little entertainment.
A saying that humans have about idle hands or something.
Indeed. Well, Fluffy, welcome to the adventure, and I hope you have a great time. And so, all of you have found your way to the Kingdom of Ag, a city of silver ruled by the dwarves in the far north, in the silvered peaks of the lands of D&D-Time. King Cragjaw Silverbeard, with his kind of slacked jaw and kind of disgruntled attitude, has told you all that you are to assist him in finding the sister artifact to an item called the Cuckoo Clock. As an item given to the dwarves centuries ago, eons back, by their brothers, the Copper Dwarves, before the Copper Dwarf city plummeted down beneath the earth, the dwarves having dug too deep for their hubris. The Cuckoo Clock that the Silver Dwarves have appears to have become unstable, and they're afraid that its incredible, powerful magic is going to detonate and could have devastating effects if the Copper Dwarves relic still exists in the city below. And so, a first group of adventurers have come through. They've traversed this massive chasm where the city has had fallen through eons past, and basically set up a nice little base camp at the bottom. So you were all able to just kind of use a teleportation circle and teleport in without having to climb down the whole damn thing. And so you find yourselves on a massive, massive ledge within a gargantuan underground cavern. You see around you there are dwarves going all about. They've set up something of a base camp here. You can see there are chains and ropes leading up into a chasm far above, and yeah, there's like a big fire going. You smell the scent of pipe tobacco the dwarves are enjoying. You hear merriment and cheer. You see there are flagons of ale, big fire. And yeah, the dwarves have just kind of set up a little base camp here as you teleport in with a flash. What do you all do as you appear here? You've been briefed by Roger about your mission.
Is there light?
Not omnipresent, but from the fire you can see it, and there are torches set up around the camp. So the camp is very well lit. The ground is hard stone, but it's kind of damp. There's little pools of water around.
Not great with dark places, but I'll give it my best.
Me neither, but
as you all just kind of appear with a flash, one of the dwarves is kind of just walking around, hi, are you or Bartholomew's adventurers then?
Yes.
Kind of sits up from a bench he was sitting on. Or it's not really a bench, it's a wagon that probably had materials in it. Straightens up. He's wearing a silver breastplate emblazoned with the runic symbols for A and G from his city Ag. And he stands at attention and kind of salutes you. Pardon me, I didn't recognize you all. Ideal, Fluffy, Master Verity. He kind of,
thank you.
Gives you a brief bow, it's like a head bow, it's a sign of respect. And I'm afraid I'm Anadoltia?
Yes, Anadoltia. Pleasure to meet you.
Not as familiar with your work. I am Claude Silverton. I am the captain of the Ag Guard. Kind of leading this expedition. We had some other adventurers come through, but they had a really rough time clearing the path down. We're hoping you all can take a first foray into the city and see what you can find.
We'll try.
Shouldn't be too hard.
I would hope
Should be
not.
simple enough.
Well, the city fell eons past. Very. I would worry. I don't know what could have moved in here. I'm really unsure. So I'd be careful if I were you.
And we will.
Very well. If you'd like, I can bring you there now, or if you'd like, we have some supplies. You can help yourself. We're setting up a bit of a base camp here, a base of operations. Hopefully we can explore the city a little bit once the cuckoo clock has been retrieved. It's absolutely essential that we get that clock. If it explodes, the whole mountain could go down with it.
May we peruse your supplies, just in case?
Oh, absolutely. Please, with me, I can show you.
Yeah, Anadoltia will follow, riding on Lady Molly.
Yeah, you're riding on top of your molasses puppy. Yep. Blip, 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 blip. I assume you all head along with. So go ahead, Fluffy.
Yeah.
Anadoltia, I'm not familiar with your work. Do tell me about your skills.
Very well. I am a warlock of the Archfey under the patronage of Lady Confectia. Oh, and this is Lady Molly, and she pets her sticky puppy.
Excellent. It's good to know my group's skills, so I can best help you in any difficulties may arise. I shall give everyone in my party a gift in case they require it, as I'll cast Good Berry. And I'll give 2 berries to each of my party members.
Ooh.
So much.
Awesome. Everybody's got 2 good berries.
Just in case. You never know.
And for those unfamiliar, good berries can be used to heal for 1 hit point. So it's like if you don't have healing potions and someone goes down, good berry is an awesome way to get them back up.
Interesting.
So yeah, as you return,
Chaos Amulet. Let's see if this.
Oh yeah, let's see. We got chaos.
Y'all got it. Yep.
Oh shit!
Chaos.
Chaos happens. Oh no! Oh no!
Right, you
It
get
happened.
150.
I was not prepared for this.
150.
Yes, I'll need a D150.
Wait.
129.
So chaos happens when you roll a nat 20? That's not good.
Or a 19 or a 20 when I cast a spell of first level or higher.
All right, you got 129. So as Fluffy casts this good berry, you see a strange-looking amulet shaped strangely like a D20 that hangs from his neck, glow with an arcane power, a kind of pinkish blue, reminiscent of wild magic. And what happens is... Fluffy, if you die within the next minute, you are immediately resurrected as if by the reincarnate spell.
Oh,
And you'll realize if you ever wanted to not be a furbolg, now is your time. You see there's a cliff not too far away.
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent.
I'm pretty sure I see a body down that cliff. I'd rather not.
Yeah, you
Cool.
see some dwarves are like, they're putting someone on a stretcher down there, but it doesn't look like they survived. There are a
for
couple other
Anadoltia, say?
adventures. What
No,
was
no,
that?
You go, you finish.
Yeah, no, you just see that off the side of the cliff, there's some stuff going on.
For Anadoltia's sake, Fluffy is quite a tall furbolg. But you don't see his blue skin, as he seems to be wearing a skin-tight skeleton costume in a magician's suit.
Fluffy is an excellent looking furbolg. I really dig Fluffy's image.
I mean, then again, Anadoltia is still wearing the bat hat and her cloak of billowing, so. But, what
It's hard to beat Fluffy's style, guys. Let's be real.
I'm a
so
magician
about the
druid. It's
supplies.
fantastic.
Yeah, all right, you go over to the supplies, and you can see that they have lots of chains and some food. They probably brought way more ale than you think they might need for an expedition like this. There's like 2 or 3 carts for normal supplies, and then there's 7 carts for ale. So, yeah.
In that case, Anadoltia will take one of her glass jars, and fill it with ale.
Sure,
And
you do so.
and of the supplies, how much would the chains weigh?
All right, you can just carry as much chain as you want. I don't know how much they weigh.
I'll just say at least 50 feet then,
Yeah, no problem.
Why do you require chains? More
just in
creatures.
case.
You notice the chain is made of silver, which probably actually makes it less durable, but, it's still chain.
Fluffy will get a hand and pull it down one of his sleeves and start pulling out an endless rope. I have plenty, if you require.
Multicolored, just silk cloths all tied together.
Well, like I said, just in case, I mean, we might come across something that might like the look of silver. Who knows?
Just as a warning, I do not have scissors. Could someone cut this?
And it also will take one of her daggers and just like kind of cut or something.
Thank you.
A dove just kind of crawls out and coos at you, Fluffy, and then crawls back into your sleeve.
No, later.
Disappears. All right. As you all kind of get your bearings, the dwarf says, let me show you to the way down. There's a bit of a switchback. The city seemed to have fallen into something of a very shallow underground sea down here. So good luck. And he leads you across the camp. And as you're traveling, you're coming to the ledge here that this camp is based on. And as you get closer and you're beginning to see stretching over the ledge, you see a hint of copper, a orangey red, pinkish metal jutting up from little pools of water. You see what look like buildings crafted of the same material, tilted sideways or even upside down, scattered in this gargantuan cavern. Far to the right, strange dark waves washing. You see green corrosion spreading throughout everything. And as you begin to go down the switchback path, you come out from around the smaller cavern you're currently in, and see a huge copper castle on the far side of the city.
Is it tilted or flipped upside down?
It is actually, it seems to be completely stationary. It is just
Is there actually
upright,
light for us to see
totally
it?
fine. There's not a lot of light, but it looks like there's little bits of bioluminescent fungus all throughout this cavern. And it seems to be reflecting off of what little copper still shows through the green corrosion. So there's actually dimly lit everywhere here.
Can Anadoltia make a history check to learn, to remember what she knows about the city of Cu, possibly?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't know anything about Cu. You've never heard of this place.
Can
You
Ideal
can.
make a similar check to see if he
Yeah,
knows
everyone
anything
who
about
wants can. Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I'll tell you what you all know between the lot of you, if you'd like.
No,
I
that's
Pretty
a
much
cluster
no more
nine.
than a lot of you.
Yeah, Fluffy just does not care about the dwarves. So between the lot of you, I think what you know is basically what the king has told you, what Cragjaw Silverbeard of the Silver Dwarves has told you. The Copper Dwarves were industrious, ever moving forward. They were the most powerful city of dwarves. However, it was their hubris and their constant drive to move forward that eventually was their demise, as they had mined out all beneath their city, causing the ground to collapse and the city itself to physically fall down into the Underdark, where you are now. So, yeah, you don't know. You are expecting there could be anything from technological wonders to just complete waste of space debris. It fell over 1,000 years ago.
How long does it look like it would take us to walk towards there?
Where,
Towards
the castle?
Toward the
Yeah.
castle? Oh, it's on the far side of the city. Your mission is more of to explore the rest of the city. They have another group of adventurers they're going to send to the castle specifically.
Alright,
So-
so if we're searching around, I guess who in my party who has trouble seeing in the dark?
I can actually see normally in the dark.
I can see
Well-
just fine.
Alright. How about you, Michael?
I can't really see much in the dark unless someone casts a light spell.
May I have your hand?
But I always have a torch on hand if I need it.
Just give me your hand, Michael.
Okay. Gives him my hand.
I will cast dark vision on him. There you go.
Michael,
That should help you see.
you can see in the darkness, even without the light.
Ah, yes. Oh, this feels a lot better now. Thank you.
I'm probably going to cast it on myself. I'm just doing Chaos Amulet. Nothing happens.
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to cast it on myself and then do another Chaos Amulet.
Excellent. Chaos.
Anadoltia will look to the others and say, if y'all don't mind, would you mind if I do the scouting ahead in the very dark areas? Because I could probably see quite a bit farther than most of y'all.
that is fine. Just make sure you don't go too far for us
Yeah.
to aid you.
And don't
But-
stray too far and end up finding something that's
The difficulty, I think, is not the sight range. It's the debris, right? You have to climb through this ruined city. It is an absolutely totaled wasteland. It's
mean,
like
I
if
do
someone
have
made a Lego
knowledge.
city, put it in like a plastic bin, and then just shook it violently. That's what this city looks like right now. It's
On the
just
bright
an
side-
absolute.
On the bright side, Anadoltia has Molly, so she can just
Yeah.
walk on walls and ceilings.
That's true. But yeah, remember your goal is to, if you find it, to return actually you're given an object, a small box, and you're told if you can find the cuckoo clock, which they describe what it looks like to you. It's a big circular clock with a little bird's head on the top, and it's made of copper. They tell you to put it in that box, and that should keep it from blowing up.
Understood.
All right.
Yeah, so Anadoltia will look to others, ask them, to keep call out to her when they can't see her within their range, and then she'll probably try to stay at least 50 feet in front of them, while she looks out to the other 120 feet ahead of her.
Okay, so y'all are letting Anadoltia scout ahead. Radical.
Yes, as she desires.
Yes.
So, as you begin to navigate through the ruined city, you find yourselves clambering over large piles of debris. You see what used to be, they look like carts almost, but they seem to be mechanized to some degree, warped and bent beyond belief because they're all made of copper, which is not the most durable metal. It looks like these wagons are all over the city, ruined between buildings and beneath rubble. You find no signs of the dwarves necessarily, but after only a few minutes of clambering over and Anadoltia scouting ahead and calling back, and you find yourselves coming to a part of the city that is partially flooded. Seems to be under 2 or 3 feet of briny gray water. What's all your move as you get to
I'm not
sunken town?
I'm not touching that.
Anadoltia's gonna like kind of look over the water, like in all directions, see if there's any hint of movement beyond what most people can normally see.
Sure, if you want, you could roll a perception check.
Okay, but like I said, I can see both in darkness, magical and non-magical. So, but yeah,
You have not detected any magical darkness at this point.
Do we need
but
to go
yeah,
into that
roll
water?
perception. I will say it'll be -1 since I'm doing this looking and not hearing.
I don't think it's a minus anything. It's just a roll.
I mean, the bat hat only applies to hearing.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you're listening too. It's fine. I think both are applicable. Yeah, you're looking around. You're not seeing anything in particularly out of the ordinary. No movement. However, Anadoltia, you do notice there is what looks like a bit of a gangway that has been created. Chunks of relatively flat copper have been laid out along with stone and other debris to make a bit of a path over this water, connecting little islands of rubble and ruin.
How far away is that?
It's fairly nearby. It's just over one of the mounds of rubble.
Would everyone like to stand close while I cast a spell that allows us to walk upon this water?
Of course. I'm pretty sure Molly will be more use for that.
Alright. So I'll spend the next 10 minutes, if we can, to cast
Sure.
the water walk.
Oh, is it a ritual? Hot damn. Yeah, you take your 10 minutes, you cast this ritual water walk, and you all find yourselves able to step atop the briny liquid. It kind of ripples as you step on it, but you only feel a slight clammy coldness, not actually becoming wet or submerged in any way.
There we go. That should aid us
Perfect.
in our exploration.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to worry about the flooded water.
Alright,
Hey,
proceed,
Anadoltia does
Anadoltia.
let them know about the game plates. You see.
Yeah, I think as you begin to move out over the liquid, right, not being confined by its area of where it is, as you can just walk over it. You notice that these little gangplanks have been set up. Obviously, some sort of sentient life has been down here since the city fell. And you see all of the copper in this briny area is very corroded. It's kind of covered in this green and white corrosion, kind of ruining and soiling it.
Can Anadoltia investigate like at least like one part of the gangplank?
Yeah, okay, if you want to walk over to it. You guys see Anadoltia walking over toward one of the gangplanks to look at it.
I'm gonna help her investigate.
Sure.
She has told us she wanted to go ahead, so I will keep a distance back as she has asked.
Okay, well, ideally, you walk right up with her. And, yeah, Anadoltia, you're looking at an ideal. You're looking at it, too. It appears it's only maybe 3 feet wide, but it stretches 30, 40 feet to the next kind of island of copper. It looks like it maybe has been peeled off of one of the buildings. Like it was once a support beam for a structure. And yeah, it's just there. It's not very thick. You feel like just standing over it, it could bend a little bit under your weight. Probably not your Anadoltia because you're very light, but it's not super durable. Whoever made this must not be very heavy.
And what about the corrosion around them?
Oh, it's super corroded. It's like it's covered in this awful green corrosion, which you can sort of like scrub away without much difficulty. It doesn't like hurt you or anything. Seems.
All right, so
safe enough.
she like kind of looks to Ideal and like explains like I don't think y'all three could be able to walk over these too well, and I'm not sure about Molly, but yeah, these things might not be able to hold much weight.
And as you're kind of saying that, both of you hear a voice kind of speak to you from somewhere. You can't really see where. Fluffy, you don't hear this, but you can see. You and Michael can't hear it because you're a little further away, but you both see Ideal and Anadoltia react to hearing this voice. Imagine looking around for it. And the voice says, "Hello."
Hello?
Is nowhere within 120 feet?
You don't see it. It's not visible to you wherever you are. I know your devil sight. It's not the darkness that's stopping you from seeing this.
Hello? Who are you?
Why have you come down here?
Anadoltia will just kind of like look around and like whisper as quietly as you can. We were hired to explore.
Hello? Do you speak? It didn't seem to hear you as you were whispering. Very quietly.
We were asked to come down here to retrieve something.
Are you just
By
saying
the
this out
loud
loud?
ones on the ridge. Yeah, I think Ideal, you're saying that out loud, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Anadoltia,
Fluff.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're like 30 or 40 feet from where you are, Michael and Fluffy. But you can see Ideal is like talking out loud to nothing, seemingly. And Anadoltia looks. Anadoltia, how do you look? Concerned, confused?
I would say I look more suspicious of the voice because it's not revealing itself.
Okay, sure.
I'll do nothing for now.
The voice calls out again, and again, it doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere in particular. It says, "Well, will you be my friend?"
Ooh, that's a little creepy.
Yes?
Anadoltia response is, well, friends don't hide from other friends.
It talks.
Yes, I do talk. But
I thought it was a toy.
Yes, well, my kind of came to existence over 200 years ago, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a strange sight.
And when it speaks next, you kind of can tell the direction it's coming from, actually. It's coming from a little further down, like further down the gangplank, around a pile of rubble down there. You see like a slight movement in the water, and then you hear the voice call out, "Come over here. I have something cool I want to show you. Think of it as a present from a friend."
Anadoltia like kind of looks to Ideal. So like just like trying to communicate just via a look, see what he thinks.
Ideal walks over to where the voice is coming from, but he's not going to walk across the gangplank. He's going to walk across the water.
Yeah, you walk across the water, no problem. And again, the water it flows a little bit, right? There's a little bit of lapping of water, but your feet kind of just barely graze the top with the water walk. And as you come around, you can see that there's a huge heap of debris and rubble, but some of it's been cleared out. And it looks like on this sort of ledge that's been cleared out, there's a pile of various trinkets. You see something that looks akin to a boomerang, except one side of it's kind of broken off. It's bright and shiny copper. Looks like it's been scrubbed clean. You see something that is akin to, actually, there's a couple of like dwarf skulls in the pile, but they look very, very old. You see there is what looks like a long dead eel that has mostly decayed, but is still kind of there, and various other trinkets and treasures gathered, presumably from the city. Just in like a little pile.
I'm
the
going
rest
to
of
follow.
you see Ideal walk off.
Ideal, the moment he walks off, I'm like, where the heck are you going?
Anadoltia probably, like, after he looks around the corner, she'll probably follow on the back of Molly and, like, kind of, like, stay kind of behind Ideal, not too far.
So as that happens, Michael, you start walking over. Anadoltia, you're just following behind Ideal. Fluffy, what were you saying?
I'll try and remain within 50 feet of Anastasia.
Okay. A comfortable distance. Ideally, you hear the voice call out, no, don't let her see it!
See
My treasures!
So all this stuff right here is your treasures.
Stop! Don't! The little doll's gonna see it!
Can I hear
That little doll is actually a little girl whose
Well,
soul
she
is
can't
kept
see
inside
my
it.
stuff.
Anadoltia, you can't see our new friend's stuff.
Oh, I thought he wanted to be my friend too.
And do you stay back, Anadoltia?
Yeah, after he says it, I'll probably stay back, but also we'll note that Ideal says, well, please do not leave our site because we all have to be here in the group together.
So as I approach Ideal, is there any way I can look and see if I can see this whoever Ideal's trying to talk to at all?
Right now, yeah, no, you don't even know. You have no clue where they could be. You see Anadoltia is kind of like taking a few steps back, I think. Right? Ideal, you told her to stay back. Have you stayed back, Anadoltia?
Yeah, I'll stay back enough where where Ideal is still in sight, but wherever they don't want me to see is not in sight.
So, Max, Michael, you see Anadoltia about maybe 20 feet back from Ideal as you kind of approach. And Ideal's kind of slightly around a big pile of debris.
Interesting. I'm going to start trying to talk to it, and I said, "Who goes there? Where are you? Why don't you come out?"
As you say that, Michael, you just hear from behind you.
What the? And I turn around.
There's nothing there. Anadoltia, you would also hear that, and it's almost like in a mocking manner. You're not sure. Maybe it's a mimic-y kind of thing, but whatever it is having a very hard time mimicking you, you're not sure exactly what it's doing, whatever the sound was, or where it's coming from. Actually, that one's obvious. There are little bubbles. It's beneath the water. Sorry.
Can Anadoltia make some sort of check?
The water is gray and opaque.
No, I mean
So I
just
don't
like
think so.
to determine like if there's anything that she knows that would kind of mock someone from a distance or try to lure them to a false sense of security.
I don't think you have any idea what this creature could be right now. I just don't think there's anything you could think of. Or at least that you'd know off the top of your head. Maybe you think of like naiads or things like that. Could be something like that, but you're not sure. Whatever the sound was that just made near you is weird. It's like a deep gurgly thing. But Ideal, you hear the voice call out again. And actually you see a kind of rippling of the water next to you as a female face kind of emerges from it. It appears to be of liquid form, but of a similar gray to the waters around. And it looks up at you, smiling, little strands of watery hair pouring back. And it says, "Oh, you look interesting. Where did you get that horn?"
I got it from Bartholomew.
Who's that?
A very powerful wizard who deals in, who
Above?
sells magical objects. Yes, he's from the above world.
Oh, you should come down with me and tell me all about it.
I'm
And you see a
sorry.
watery hand kind of reach up toward you, and I'm gonna need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
Now this is a charm effect. You resist the charm of this creature. It attempts. You can tell its desire to have you come with it and never leave, as its kind of obsession wells up in its eyes. What would you like to do? Currently, no one else is aware of this, and the creature doesn't view you as a threat yet.
Wait, so
But it
Anadoltia
also
can't
wants
see
you to
the
never
creature?
leave. Just a second, what was that, Anadoltia?
I said she can't see the creature even though she's about 20 feet from Ideal
The
inside.
Ideal's in the way, and you can only its face and arm reaching out toward Ideal are visible. So I don't think you see it passively. No, not right now at least.
Well, you said so Ideal's body is hiding it
Yeah,
currently.
Would I see
Ideal?
it? Would I see it though? Is the question.
no,
If I'm-
because there was a sound behind you that got your attention, which is on the opposite side of you.
Crap.
Ideal, what you doing? It's your move.
Fluffy
The creature is
sees
looking
party
at you.
freak out.
Hold on, I'm just checking something real quick. Yeah, I'm going to summon my pack weapon to my hand
She gasps.
and say, "Begone, thought," as I attack it.
Oh no! All right, she doesn't expect you to attack her, so you can go ahead and just make your attacks. And I need everyone to roll for initiative now as you attack this creature.
Be gone, thought.
Rude.
I just died laughing. I can't. That was too good.
Rude. All right. What's interesting, Fluffy, can you tell me your water walk? Is it you cannot be submerged, or you can walk?
Just there, let's see. Up to several creatures you can see within range, gain ability for duration. If you are target submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface at a rate of 60 feet per round.
Excellent. So you can't be submerged. Is the idea?
I'm pretty sure. Like, unless someone like
Yeah,
outspeeds
good.
the 60-foot rise.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That means I'm not even gonna bother to roll for the third monster type. Alrighty, let's see what we got. It looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. Ideal, you will hit with the 20, the second long circle hit. For what's that second damage? Oh, okay. So it's 5 slashing damage.
Yeah,
She screams.
it's one-handed, so...
You all hear a gurgly woman scream, kind of like a banshee's wail almost, but more frightened than angry. And we go to the first in the initiative order, which is the Chul. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Anastasia got 19.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blind. Anadoltia, please take it
I'm
away.
ready to order.
Okay, so
Thank you,
I'll
Fluff. I
have
appreciate it a lot.
I'll have Molly moved to how far are they both from me?
They are 15 feet. They're very close.
Okay, so I'll have Molly that first go, I guess, around to where it will circle right behind Dayraid.
As you go to move, a horrifying giant pincer claw comes out of the water beneath you and tries to grab onto probably your sticky puppy that's running away, as it was directly beneath you in the water.
Oh, wait, I was on top of the water, 20 feet from Ideal.
Yeah, that's what you said, right?
Oh yeah, I was like away from the deal, like where he was still in sight, but I couldn't see wherever that treasure pile was.
Yes, yep. The creatures are near you. These ones at least, not the Naiad. This creature, the giant pincer, streaks out. What is the armor class of your sticky puppy? Actually, is it smart enough to go for you? No, it's not. What is the armor class of your sticky puppy?
It is 12.
The creature pinces out and grabs onto it. Your sticky puppy, unfortunately, becomes grappled by this pincer.
Wait, so it had advantage on me?
Yes, because it was hidden beneath the water. You couldn't see it because of the gray, opaque water.
Okay, so, alright, so... Oh, in that case, Molly is down.
Okay. Molly, does Molly poof, or does Molly just fall prone?
I'll say fall prone since she's not in familiar at the moment.
Okay. What would you like to do now? You can still move. It's just your mount is unconscious.
You're grappled.
Yeah, and grappled.
Okay, so not much I can. Can I actually see the jewel now?
Yeah, well, you see its pincer coming out, so you see it enough, yeah, to attack it if you like. It's right next to you. It's adjacent to you, but down beneath you. Michael, you also see this giant pincer claw, and Fluffy, you can also see it. What would you like to do, Anadoltia?
Give me a moment. I'm looking at my spells for the moment.
Do you want us to come back to you, or?
It'll be alright. I'm almost there. So I am going to attempt to attack it with. Yeah, I'll attempt to attack it with Chill Touch.
Okay. Holy moly. That'll hit for 14 necrotic damage. Your necrotic energy pulses through the Chul's crabby claw. And yeah, it takes 14 points of necrotic damage. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let's see. I don't think there's anything else I can do currently.
Would you like to move? Ideal's 15 feet from you. Michael Verity's like right next to you.
Alright, so I'll kind of look to Michael and like deal with this thing, and I'll attempt to move to get in within range of the narrate.
Okay, yeah, you rush over and you see the arm of this creature, and it's now slashed face from where Ideal slashed it. As you move to the Chuls in the initiative order, the two Chuls, two of them emerge. These horrible, like, lobster creatures. You can't see very much of them, but you see their torsos. They're large. They have two huge crab claws and weird, like, dingly little mouth feelers. And they both rise up on either side of you, Michael Verity, and attack you. Because you're the only one there. One of them is going to attack from the cover of beneath the water first, though, so it's going to attack with advantage. What is your armor class?
18.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll for initiative again. All right, so 7 points of bludgeoning damage is one.
However, surprise! I have a new maneuver.
Oh.
So I can roll a superiority die and add plus my dexterity modifier and reduce the damage I take.
Oh, parry.
Awesome.
Okay. So it's
You're gonna parry him?
Roll a d8, so it's d8 plus 1 is how much damage I take less of.
Sure. All right.
Damage from that.
I
only take 3
damage. You only take 3 damage. It does, however, grapple you with that pincer. It will then come up with its second pincer to try and hit you again. Which, oh man, a natural 23, or natural 17. But it hits you for another 9 with its second pincer. And then it will attempt to wrap its tentacles over your face as it just kind of moves its face toward yours and rubs its weird face tentacles on you. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Okay, I'm a little creeped out. I'm uncomfortable.
It's like, it's just like licking you.
A 13 hits, or is it auto hit?
It's not a to hit ability. It's a saving
Yeah,
throw.
no, you're not
It's a
touching me. Yeah, no. No,
Alrighty.
get them off me.
Yeah, the tentacles, you you push them off of you, but you can feel they tingle with poison. The second Chul is gonna attack you now. Oh god. And it gets a 19 to hit for another 10 damage on you, Michael.
Ow.
And 21, oh my god. Michael, I'm sorry, I'm rolling 15 or higher on everything. For another 11, are you still up?
Basically, yes, I'm still up.
And then
Don't
it will
worry
rub-
about me, I'm fine.
It will try and rub its tentacles on you. Could you give another con save? These giant lobster monsters are just...
Does a 14 succeed?
It does. DC's 13. You're all good. Alrighty. So you resist. You push this tentacle up like, no! How badly injured are you, actually, as we move to the narrative?
That hurt me quite a bit, but I'm still standing. I am far from dead.
Pincered by all these monsters. The woman in the water screams in anger and spits at you, Ideal. What's your armor class?
14.
It spits at you for 41 acid damage. It... as horrible corrosive acid blasts into your eyes. Jesus Christ. That's a monster roll. Oh my god. How are you feeling?
How is it doing 41 acid damage in one round?
It rolled incredibly well on its attack. That's how.
5d12? What? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it rolled really well, is how.
Is this like a regular attack or a beefed up or what?
It actually probably should have been 3d12. It should have been 3d12. That's the other ability that does 5. I'm sorry. So that actually should be 7 fewer damage, which is still 34 points of damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's 34
But not
points
as
of
much as how
acid.
much I took, and I'm still...
Question, is that a spell?
No, it's spitting at him with its blinding acid. That is all it does, though. How do you feel with 34 points of damage? Ideal?
I'm down to 18 in one round.
Yeah, it spits at you and it hurts. And actually, we move to Fluffy. Fluffy, you hear Ideal scream out. Ideal, you're also blinded by the acid until the end of this creature. Until the start of this creature's next turn.
And you see me get grappled on like different angles.
Yeah, I can deal with the grapple. It's easy enough. Now, can I move around and see Ideal?
Yes, easily.
As the creature that's engaged with Ideal and the two crab things near each other.
Actually, Anadoltia can roll an attack of opportunity as the Nereid goes to submerge itself again. It goes to hide.
Okay, could I use a cantrip for that?
No.
If you have
Has to be a
Warcraft or
weapon.
something.
It has to be a weapon.
Unless you have Warcraft,
Okay, in
of
that
course.
case, I guess the only weapon Actually, yeah, I might try this. This is gonna be a very, very difficult thing, but I'm gonna try to use my butterfly net on.
Oh, damn! Go for it. You thwack at it with the butterfly net. Unfortunately, you just miss with the butterfly net. But that was a really good try. Butterfly net. 14 goes wide. It submerges beneath the water and is invisible. Fluffy, sorry, now you can go. You see Ideal clutching at his eyes. You see Michael being grappled.
Where the creature submerged itself in the two crabs, are they, say, within things like 25 feet of each other?
They're within 10 feet of each other. They're on either side of Michael, just going at him.
Might as well give this a shot. I would like to use a 4th level spell known as Control Water.
Oh, dang!
I would like to
what would
use
you like
the
to do?
whirlpool, is it called Vortex? Yeah, whirlpool effect. So,
Fuck, that's rad.
so a 50-foot, 50-foot square area, it turns into a vortex. On their turns, they have to make strength saves, or they get pulled towards it, and they'll take a bit of damage. They can just swim through it. They have to make a strength athletics check against my spell save DC.
Awesome.
And
So this affects them on
yeah.
their turn.
Yes, I believe so. On the start of their turns. Yeah, when they enter it on the first time, on the start of their turns.
So, Michael,
Agreed.
beneath you,
Yeah.
you see a giant vortex appear, and you're like, ah! But then you can stand on it, so you're fine. And the crab creatures are, they're not enjoying it. You also see...
I would like to aim the vortex away from me, so they're getting pulled away from everyone.
That's fair. You see the Nereid's actually there. She swam over to kill Michael, but is now caught in the vortex too, and she's just screaming too. So they're all visible currently. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Water, but that would have made us fall like 100 feet.
It seems the water's only about 20 feet deep here. It's actually not that deep.
Yeah, I think this is better though, in the circumstances.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, thank you. Just move around, see all my party members cast a spell. That'll be my turn. I might as well
Okay.
do a shillelagh while I'm here, just in case. Use my bonus action.
Sure. You cast your shillelagh, and we move to the next in the initiative order, who is...
Chaos Amulet.
Oh, your Chaos Hamlet? Nope. It is Ideal. Ideal, how are you?
I'm blind.
You are blind. You feel the rubble next to you. You feel Anadoltia next to you. You hear Anadoltia next to you. Would you like to do anything?
Rushing water, swirling.
You could, now that you're blind, it's hard to attack anything, but you could ready an action for if, when you do become not blinded again, if you want. Or anything else. You can cast an elemental, you can do whatever. Ideal?
I'm trying to think here.
What is the ideal choice
What?
here?
Yes.
The
know what?
ideal choice. Hey, nice pun. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I can do that doesn't require sight, and I will
Yeah,
cast.
not a lot.
Yeah, I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Oh, nice! You shield yourself with icy armor.
Yep, I gain 15 temporary hit points, and anybody who tries to melee attack me takes 15 cold damage.
Alrighty. So, you cover yourself with icy armor, and we move to Michael. Michael, what would you like to do? You see the crab creatures below you are being swirled around in a whirlpool. They're making awful, noises. You also see the screaming, watery woman being whipped around in the whirlpool.
Interesting. First of all, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. No, not going to use my bonus action. That actually might be a bad idea to use. First of all, I'm going to... being grappled by two different crabs thingies.
I don't think they're grappling you anymore. I think the whirlpool kind of washed them away. So I don't think you're actually being grappled any longer.
Oh,
They'll do
in
they'll
that
have to do it on their
case...
turn.
Yeah, I think they just, in all of it, they're mindless for all intents and purposes. So I think the whirlpool out and they just went, "Argh!" and
Alright,
kind
feel free to
of
grapple
lost.
then. You're welcome.
So, well, since I'm not longer grappled, I'm just going to give Fluffy a nice quick thumbs up and look to the Nereid who tried to kill me, who's like, nice try. And I'm like, I just walk up to her and I'm like, as Ideal said, be gone, thoughts, and I attack her twice.
Let's cool it with the begone thoughts.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to do it for
It's
the
all
memes.
good.
But, so, boom, and does a 17 hit, and does a... Oh, that's not gonna
17
hit.
will hit. The 10, unfortunately, doesn't.
Is this a chaotic creature? By
This is a
chance?
chaotic creature.
No, it takes radiant damage.
Hot damn.
And nope, not done. I'm going to action search. I'm going to do 2 more times.
Radical. Ugh.
Does a 15 hit?
Unfortunately, the 15 barely misses. Unfortunately, no connection there. But you get one pretty meaty hit in.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Absolutely not. Actually, no. Actually, yes. I'm just gonna piss the Nereid off just by having my capability billow in her face while she
Rude.
because she can't touch this.
Okay. Anadoltia, what would you like to do?
A question. Would using some sort of knowledge check to learn, like to see what I know about a Nerid help me anything, and would that take an action?
It would take an action. It could help you. I can't tell you if it will or not.
Yeah, I mean, if it's taking an action for a knowledge check, then I probably might skip that, but...
Yeah, it's information that could help your allies, but who knows?
I mean, I was... Alright, you know what, see, let me see if I actually have a bonus action. I mean, a bonus... Give me a moment,
Do you want to come back to you, Anadoltia, or...?
Yes, please come back to me.
Okay, the Chul are gonna go. So, Fluffy, what do they do first?
At the start of the turn, they need to make a strength athletics check and beat my spell save DC to try and swim through this water. As
Wow,
well
a
as
check versus a DC. That's really good. What's your DC?
my DC is 14.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Well, one succeeds, one's gonna fail.
So that one can move at half speed through the water. The one who put past. The other one
Okay.
gets pulled 10 feet away towards the Vortex center.
Sure.
And
So
will
it
Which
gets
is
take-
directly,
pulled
which is
away.
directly below me. Surprisingly.
Well, yeah, no, actually, it's pulled away from you because you were
Yeah,
kind of
I-
along
I-
the edge.
Oh.
I put the Vortex center away.
Okay. Do they take any damage?
They do take 2d8 bludgeoning damage. Half on a success, so one takes 4, one takes 2. I think
Alright.
it's just 2d8. I will double check that. Yeah, 2d8 damage.
Okay. So one of
And then-
them just can't attack this round because he's too far away from you. The other one swims right up to you, Michael, and tries to attack you again. It
Okay.
just does not think beyond, I gotta kill this guy. What's your armor class again? 16?
18.
18. We have an 11.
And,
And 23!
however, no.
Oh,
However, I would like to do something. I have
Sure.
my second new maneuver, riposte, which means I'm going to use my reaction to counterattack him with my sword.
absolutely. And it is, in fact, a chaotic creature, so go ahead and make your attack.
If it hits, I also use the superiority dice bonus damage.
Radical. That'll definitely hit. Go ahead and give me the damage.
Damage, and let me roll the
Oh.
d8 real quick. And that will be
Okay.
+4 +8.
23 more damage.
Yep. And that's
you put
my
a mighty
reaction.
crack in its armor, and then because it grappled you with its last attack, it's gonna and try and lick you with its tentacle.
Okay,
can you roll
here we
another
go.
con save? We'll get you eventually. Nope,
No,
I
you're
guess you
not.
won't.
You're not getting me eventually. Get off.
All right. The other tool can't really do anything. The next is the Naiad or Nerid. The Nerid also needs to roll a strength save, right?
Yep. Strength athletics.
And it has to be athletics. Can't use acrobatics. Damn.
I think it just says it. I'll
Oh, damn! Well, a natural 20, the only
Oh.
one of the only ways it's gonna get out of that. So it's gonna take. Can you roll the 2d8 again? We'll give it the half damage.
of course. It's 3.
Okay.
Bludgeoning, if it matters.
It doesn't. In this case, it does the same damage either way. The creature is going to. What do they want to do? Do they try and kill Michael? You just billowed on it, so it's pissed at you.
I did that
Um,
on purpose.
Yeah, I think what it's going to do is it is going to attempt to kill you, Michael. It's going to spit at you. What's your armor class? Actually,
18.
it's not going to try and spit on you. What it's going to do is it is going to pull itself up out of the water toward you. It is now completely visible. It is a strange aquatic form. It is like a water elemental shaped like a woman. And it is going to try and kiss you. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Is this question? Is this a charm or is this a poison?
This is an acid.
Okay then. Does that
16
pass?
is going to pass, so you're going to take half damage as it uses its
Give me that
drowning
damage.
kiss. It doesn't get you right on the lips. It gets you like on the cheek as you pull away. It does not suck all the air out of you, and you're going to take 18 points
Hold
of
up while
acid
I
damage.
hold up while I have that. What is half of that?
18.
Half of 36 is 18.
18.
unfortunate because I'm down, but this is where my sword comes in. So with
you're
a
gonna
nice,
just use it.
yeah, I'm going to use it to prevent myself from getting down. Be like, you're gonna have to try a little harder than that, woman. And then my sword just a huge burst of light just fills the room for a split second, and all my 9 charges are spent on the sword.
But you yet stand, and the creature is shocked that you just did that. Unfortunately, she used her whole movement to do this. Oh, actually, would have been 10 feet. She's gonna try and run away from you, actually. She can still run a little bit.
Can I opportunity attack?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shit! Alright, go ahead and give me the attack. Nice. That's gonna be 22.
Yep.
Alright, she's starting to look pretty beat up too, but she submerges beneath the water and is invisible now.
What about the extra radiant damage?
I accounted for that. That's what makes it 22. And I think we move to the next in the initiative order, which is Fluffy. Fluffy, what would you like to do? She's still within your whirlpool.
Excellent. So I'm just gonna move a bit further.
Oh, you're just like taking a step back?
Actually, no. I'll go help them. Fluffy's gonna help.
Okay.
I'm gonna shape change into a giant constrictor snake and slither across the water towards the crab that's managed to resist my spell.
Okay.
And
He's still in the pool. That crab is still in the pool. Like, he's still in the whirlpool. He didn't leave. Very dumb.
Then I'll just try and constrict him.
Okay, sure.
13.
13. Unfortunately, does not hit.
Yeah.
You try and wrap yourself around it, and it just it tries to thwack you away with its giant crabby claws. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Fluffy?
That's my action and bonus action. That's it.
Alrighty. We move to the next in the initiative order. Ideal, what would you like to do? You're not blind anymore. You're covered in icy armor. As you look behind you, there's a huge whirlpool that wasn't there a second ago. A giant constrictor snake. Michael Verity looks like he's on the brink of death, but not. What would you like to do?
I am going to place a Hexwave's curse on the Nereid.
Okay. She's invisible in the water. You can't see her.
Oh, she is then,
She's submerged beneath the water. And when she's beneath the water, she's invisible. You can see the 2 crab monsters, though.
Alright, then I'll place it on one of the 2 crab monsters.
Okay.
And then I'll attack it.
Sure. Go ahead and give me your attack.
Preferably the one grappling my leg.
Yeah, the one that's grappling, specifically the one that's grappling Max is the one cursed.
Alrighty. And go ahead and give me your attacks. The AC to be 16 for those guys. Cool.
That hits.
Run up. 1 hit, 2 hit.
So does that.
Go ahead and give me your damage. And with that... 15
And
points.
it also takes an additional damage.
Oh, right. From your Hexblade's curse. Another 6, right?
Yeah, it's my proficiency bonus, so yeah, 6.
Alrighty, it's looking pretty bad. This tool is looking like one more solid hit might do it in. And at the end of your turn, it goes to Max. What would you like to do, Mike? Michael Verity.
First, I'm going to use my second wind. Now that I've actually saved myself from death.
Sure.
You just roll that 1d10 plus 7.
Sure.
1d10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and roll. Points.
Nice. HP's good. I assume you're going to attack the tool in front of you.
First I'm gonna kill the one. First I'm gonna try to kill the one that's on me.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The other tool's kind of floating around in the whirlpool somewhere.
Nope, that's not gonna work. Actually, no. I'm going to use a superiority die and make that a precision attack. And it's before you say anything.
No, of course. And if I preemptively say something, but you say, well, actually, I wanted to do this, that's fine. Me being presumptuous.
So
shouldn't
I add a
penalize you.
D8. I'm gonna add a D8
Yep.
to the attack roll.
Sure.
Anyway,
Unfortunately, still missing.
I'm going to use my second attack on it.
Alrighty. Oh, no. 2 rough rounds. 2 rough swings. Do you want to precision that one?
Yes, I do. I'm going to attempt.
I don't mean to
second.
tempt you, but
I'll have superiority die on this.
that'll
A
hit.
4 would do.
All right.
Plus 7
17.
radiant.
Alrighty. And do you add the superiority die to the damage?
No, it's just the attack roll. For when a precision attack is used.
The Chul is barely holding on. This giant lobster monster is barely alive as you hit it pretty hard with your sword. And we move.
Oh, I can't move. I can't move because it's grappled to me still, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately. Anadoltia, we move to you in the initiative order. What would you
I
like
would
to do?
like to say that from the previous turn, I would have made the decision to
Mhm.
use armor vac.
Awesome. Just shielding yourself up.
Yeah, and then since the Nerd had moved beforehand, afterwards, I wouldn't have known. So this turn, I'm gonna look around, who's all closer to water that is not near my.
I'm not sure what you're asking, but everyone seems to be grouped around the whirlpool right now, where
Alright,
the
who
narrator
is
is
the-
somewhere.
All right, who is the furthest away from where she was at?
Fluffy. Fluffy is.
All right, in that case, Anadoltia will move towards Fluffy and ready in action with her butterfly net.
Oh, expecting the thing to be going for Fluffy. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And when if it does pop up, I will use the butterfly net, and if it hits, I will be using the command word.
Cool. The Chuls are gonna go.
Next to Michael too, so you can probably position yourself to if it tries to attack either of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. All right, cool. The Chuls are gonna go. The Chuls make a horrible sound and attack you,
All right.
Michael.
Wait,
actually, I'm
start of
sorry.
their turn.
Yep.
Alright, so I read the spell slightly wrong. At the start of the turn, they have to make an athletics check to move, and then they have to make a strength save for the damage.
Okay.
It's annoyingly
Uh,
complicated.
Sure. What I'll just do is so they can both move,
Okay, they both move.
and they both
And
take
they'll-
the full damage.
Yes.
So go ahead and hit me with those deeps.
12.
Oh man, that kills the Chul that was grappling Michael.
Nice.
So one of the Chuls
Yay!
is just chewed up by the waterfall. The
And
other,
I heal.
oh yeah,
Thanks
damn.
to my curse.
The other one just gets beat up and moves toward Michael, making horrible sounds and goes to attack. Actually, it goes for you, Ideal, because you're right over there, and you're probably the closest to it. This is against your armor.
Alright.
A 7 and a 13. Misses you with both of its attacks. It doesn't have you grappled, so it can't lick you. And then we
Wait,
move to the.
let me check Armor of Agathis real quick.
It's when it hits.
It has to hit. It has to hit.
Yeah. But you can
Oh,
double
yeah,
check if you'd
it's-
like, just in case.
Yeah.
We move to the Nereid's turn. It appears right behind Fluffy. It comes up out of the water and goes to attack him. I'm going to see if it recharges its Drowning Kiss, but you can go ahead and make your attack. And Adultery, you're ready to action.
All right, plus a question, Chalet, or whatever it's called.
A shillelagh?
Yeah.
I don't think that would apply to your butterfly net.
I mean,
Your butterfly's net's a magic item. It's a little different, I think. But have you cast shillelagh?
No, I think someone casted it on me.
No,
I
Fluffy
cast
cast it on his own thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I want to make sure, but okay, so I'll be using the butterfly net now.
Okay. That will hit. Let me roll for this. This would be a hilarious way to end the combat.
Also, I am using that command word.
Uh-huh. All right, so we're going to see if it gets turned into a butterfly. DC's 14. Unfortunately, it is not turned into a butterfly. Close. But it does not turn into a butterfly. Instead, you feel the sluice of water pour up the front of your body, Fluffy, and it tries to kiss you. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw as it tries to
Kiss the
lay one
snake.
on? Kiss the snake.
That's an
Yes,
interesting choice there.
it's gonna kiss that tiny little slithery little snake.
I fail.
Oh, terrible. Terrible damage. Only 20 damage.
And DC
you
You
can
still fail that.
Oh, right, for control water. Go ahead.
Which I just passed. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep the control water up. You can't breathe, and you're out of breath, and you can't speak for a minute. I'm sorry, you just are out of breath and can't speak for a minute. As it is just, it takes your breath away. But that doesn't really matter. You're actually pretty much fine. It doesn't affect you much as a snake. And it seems pissed. It makes like a pouty face. It's just, ah. We move to who's next? To you, Fluffy. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, well, since she hasn't moved away, constrict. I miss.
You try and wrap around her, but she's made of water, so it's very hard. Or it's not hard. It's water.
I tried. That's my turn.
Yep. Ideal. It's your turn. There's a Chul right
Oh,
next to you. that
wait.
was
Did it make
pinstring
a?
at you.
I had to make a strength and save and athletics check on its turn.
It would have. Well, I think it moved up behind you to outside of the water thing, the whirlpool. Were you in the whirlpool, like in the middle of it?
Yeah, I moved up to Michael Verity, who was near the crab guy.
Okay, cool. So I'll roll a strength save for it then. So it'll succeed on that, but let's see if it takes the damage. It does take the damage. Go ahead, and give it to
I
me.
should move, and it'll take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty.
Every little bit.
It's looking kind of beat. Oh no, it's looking beat up. All right, now it's ideal. It's your turn. There's a Chul next to you, and you see the Nereid only about 10 feet away behind Fluffy, trying to smooch on his snaky face.
Okay. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but my Ring of Dumb Elementals acts whenever I try to cast a spell, right?
If you choose to use it, yeah.
Okay. I am going to use it to create a Hex Elemental.
Okay, sure. You create a Hex Elemental.
Now, does creating it a full action or just the whatever it takes for it to cast a spell?
It's a bonus action, but it would be a bonus action to control the elemental too.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think it just goes on your first turn, right? Something like that. What would you like it to do?
I would like it to hex the Nereid.
A sparkling cloud of purplish black energy, purple and red energy appears, and it hisses and kind of goes all over the Nereid. She's like, ew! And she becomes hexed. And she has disadvantage on intelligence.
Now, the reason I asked this is because casting Hex is a bonus action, so...
Sure.
So I
still
still have
an
my
action.
action, right?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm going to use my action to...
She's about 10 feet from
Nereid.
you because she's on the other side of Fluffy. The Chul would get an opportunity attack against you if you wanted to move toward her.
Attack the
Yeah,
Chul!
go ahead.
It misses. Pitifully.
And I'm sadly sad about that, too.
What would have grappled you?
Yeah, so...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to attack... I'm going to attack her. Yay!
Sure. That will connect.
Roll another one.
That will connect.
And I'll roll the damage from Hex now.
Plus
Oh, I
the
forgot to
6.
choose an ability score for Hex.
Yeah, no, the dumb elemental chooses intelligence every time.
Okay.
You gotta be dumb like
Alright.
the elemental.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 22, including your Hexblade's Curse. And then another 10. 32 points of damage. She's not looking great anymore. She's looking pretty beat up, actually.
I really want this Nereid to be my butterfly.
Unfortunately, that is a once per day use. So I don't think you can try and butterfly her again. We move to the next in the initiative after Ideal. Michael, there is a Chul right next to you, and there is a Nereid about 10 feet from you. She's looking real bad. The Chul's looking pretty much fine.
No, so the Chul's gonna also get an
Oh, yeah,
opportunity.
there's a
to attack.
whirlpool. Sorry, go
So the
ahead.
Chul's also gonna get an opportunity attack if I attempt to move away from
No,
it.
he already used his opportunity attack to attack Ideal. So you can just walk away.
Nice, perfect. So I'm time to rush up to that woman,
Sure.
and here I go. 13.
Oh man, you're rolling real bad, Mike. I'm sorry. Oh, but that one gets you. All right.
I'm going to use my last superiority die to make this a trip attack. I don't know if she can be tripped or not, but I don't care. I'm doing this for damage
Sure.
purposes.
Sure. She falls prone, which is really weird looking on the water.
So 17 plus 5.
All right, so that's going to be 22.
And that was my last superiority die. I have no longer any more uses of my maneuvers.
She screams out in agony as Michael Verity cleaves her in twain, the water dispersing. And she just screamed her last as this chaotic monster has been defeated. And as you... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Should have known better than to mess with a king.
And yeah, as you defeat her, the Chul stops moving and just kind of stands there and starts drooling a little bit.
In the whirlpool.
Yeah, let
in
it
the
be.
whirlpool. Do you just leave it in the whirlpool until it dies?
Last 10 minutes, it'll eventually kill it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can just leave it in the whirlpool till it dies.
Remember, I don't do lethal damage, so it's just gonna be knocked unconscious in the whirlpool.
But yeah, it seems to be completely, like, not operative without something commanding it. Maybe she had some mental thrall over it. And Ideal, you know she had some sort of mental thrall over it, and she had attempted to place over you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab at it with the longsword.
you murder the
Put
Chul.
it out of its misery.
Yeah, you kill the crap out of it, it dies. Fluffy, unfortunately, they murder it. It is a
That's
monster,
fine.
though.
I'll end the.
We'll just
but I'll
take
stay
the giant crabs with us, as food.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dead. You killed him.
Is there anything left behind by the narrate?
Unfortunate. Well, yeah, actually, there is. There's a. You couldn't see it super well while it was alive, but you see a kind of silky, bubbly, foamy mantle, like a mantle. You wear it around your neck. It's like a little pseudo cape. It only goes down to like your shoulder.
Anadoltia would like that.
Sure, yeah. You pick it up. It's gray and murky and gross like the water here, but it feels soft and smooth. It's very nice. You felt like it must have had incredible value or purpose to the Nereid, but well, it's dead now. So
Alright, so Anadoltia would probably like kind of fold it gently and like put it into her bag.
yeah, and at this point, as you're all just kind of standing around, you all hear a loud crashing sound. It's almost like a building just fell down nearby.
It's the castle, isn't it?
What do you? No, it's not. It's weird. It's like it sounds like something immensely heavy just hit the ground, but it just once. It's not like footsteps, and you've no idea what could cause it. But it's
So
coming from
one massive
right
thud.
over. Yeah, one big thud.
Anadoltia,
what do y'all do?
Anadoltia will, what I'm trying to say. Can Anadoltia pinpoint the direction while she like feeds
Very
her sticky puppy a good berry?
Absolutely, it's very easy to do so.
All right.
You all know which direction it came from. You heard it very clearly.
I remain a snake and go towards it.
Okay, you're trying to be sneaky, Fluffy.
Nope.
Okay, you're just gonna slither right over.
Yeah, and also get on Molly again and probably find some sort of surface where she can actually climb upwards, like a sheer surface. Like look around.
Yeah, there's not a ton of those because this place is an absolute ruin. But y'all make it head in that direction. And you find yourselves heading to a clearer part of the city that's no longer submerged. You're only traveling for like 60 seconds, fairly close as you kind of come over a ledge. And you can see before you what maybe was once a beautiful garden, it's now super overgrown. There's kind of greenery everywhere. Actually, it seems to be leaching off of the corrosion in the copper and the whatever gray bacterium is in the water. But yeah, you see a very overgrown garden. There's nice copper and stone walkways, and you see there right in front of you was once, as you're all peering over a pile of rubble, a statue of a dwarf, cast completely in copper, used to stand maybe like 15 feet high on a fairly wide pedestal, probably actually like 20 feet, big statue on a big copper pedestal. It has been shoved off and landed on the ground, and its face, it's all dented in, and standing on top of it, you see a fairly large copper-colored dragon. It's standing on top of this copper pedestal, and it is holding in it between two of its claws a flower, seemingly plucked from the garden. There is a second copper dragon down on the ground right next to the platform, as the dragon on top says,
"Oh, my dear Kura, you make my heart fly. Your scales shimmer like I imagine the sun above must. You're a thing of pure beauty."
And the dragon on the ground just kind of bats its eyes bashfully, as they're just kind of talking to each other. One of them is clearly serenading the other with all sorts of compliments and stuff.
So a dragon's flirting another dragon. Lovely.
Can
Yep.
the snake smile? Like this is amazing.
Yeah, this snake smiles, and as at this point you're climbing up, and you guys have made no effort to be stealthy. You knock a couple of the rocks down, or Fluffy, you do as you smile, and you're like, "Oh, that's cute." And the dragon on top of the pedestal, its head turns toward you, and the other one looks over and,
There are things here.
the dragon off the pedestal says, and the one on top says,
Oh, don't worry, my dear. I'll go check it out.
and takes to the air, flying over to you and slamming into the ground right in front of you. This fairly large copper-colored dragon.
In front of all of us?
Yeah, it has like a weird kind of V-shaped wing that goes all the way back through to its tail, and it almost swims through the air with it like a manta ray. And yet lands right up and it looks at you and,
Ooh, you're very interesting. What are you?
I wave my snaky tail.
Oh, it's way.
Wait, is it just addressing all of us?
yeah, it's looking at all of you.
We're
up
a group of adventurers. We were sent down here to look for a.
Why are you so
Cuckoo clock.
small? Ooh, a doll.
And Anadoltia, I need you to roll a strength athletics check as it tries to grapple you.
Oh god. But if it does grab me, will it be possible to
You can do
Uh,
acrobatics if you wanted.
I was gonna say, would it be possible to say, please be gentle?
Yeah, if you want to let it grapple you.
Yeah, but I'll let it grapple me, but I
Okay.
do want it to say right before, please be gentle.
Okay, you grab it. It's actually fairly gentle. It grabs you off of your sticky puppy and kind of flaps over and lands back down on the pedestal. And
My dear, I give you, Kira, a dolly from the lands above.
and the dragon bats the little one on the ground. Bats its eyes.
Oh, you shouldn't have. But
I
you know,
called
if you
that-
insist.
I'm gonna. Ideal's gonna interrupt and call down and say, that dolly is actually one of our companions.
The male dragon looks toward you and like its eyes kind of curl up in a frown, like its eyebrows like or its ridges where its eyebrows would be. The female dragon is like looking at you and looking at the male dragon holding Anadoltia out. And Anadoltia, are you just like standing there like you're just held by this dragon?
Yeah, I probably have my arm out, like kind of like tapping it against its like its claw or whatever its fingers are. Like, yeah, I am a living thing, but please be gentle. I mean, I do have a job down here to do.
The female dragon just kind of like quickly reaches out and grabs you.
But it's mine.
Wait. All right, then Anadoltia will look to both dragons and says, well, how about we propose a deal?
Oh, it talks. That's adorable. You've brought me a wonderful treasure. Curio, I will always love you. Yes, of
Wait,
course, darling. Only the best treasures for you.
They seem to be ignoring you completely, Anadoltia.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Can I? I would like to intervene.
Sure. Yeah. You guys just watching this happen about 30 feet away.
The
I'm gonna walk over to
laughing.
the I'm gonna walk over to the dragons, seeing and hearing them. I'm gonna do something shocking. I'm gonna speak to them in Draconic.
Oh. What do you say?
I'm gonna say to them in Draconic. Okay. Okay, lovebirds. We can discuss this. We can discuss this later. But is there any way?
Oh, my Curio, and you've brought me a dragon knight. Yes, of course I did.
I'm actually.
Like, what's to get into this?
I'm actually
right over you.
Can Fluffy get on the action here? Can I be like a toy? I'm like a snake.
If you want. Michael, they don't seem to have paid any attention to what you just said.
Michael says,
Okay.
Ideal says in Draconic, so Michael, I don't think they care much about her royal status.
Could I lift Michael up on my head to raise him up to their eye level?
Michael, you feel like the head of the snake up by your feet, just kind of like lifting you up into the air as Fluffy, a giant constrictor snake, lifts you up toward eye level of the female dragon, not on the pedestal. The male dragon towers over you because he's up on a big pedestal. And she looks at you and kind of bats her eyes.
Oh, you had a snake.
Yeah, I do. But I'm gonna. How would you? So I hear you like gifts. I hear you like gifts.
I love gifts.
Got a deal. How about I can give you a glorious gift.
The male dragon looks at you and gives you like a, oh, don't you dare.
Oh no! This is
Gives
for
you a
both of
look.
you. I'm gonna log. I notice this. I'm like, no. This is for both of you. This is for both of you. I will
Yes,
give
indeed,
both
it's
of
from
you.
me. I had him get it for you.
I'll.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Thank you, my Curio.
I'll give you a bit. I'll give you
Yes,
both a
you're right.
big gift if you help us find a certain artifact down here.
What are you looking for?
Something along the lines of a cuckoo clock.
The male dragon kind of snorts to himself.
Oh, yes, indeed, the cuckoo clock. Good luck getting that from Copernicus. He'll never give it to you.
Oh.
And also, at this part, we'll ask, who is this Copernicus?
Father.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're looking for it because we believe it's going to
Explode?
explode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't matter to us. No, it doesn't matter to us at all.
It
We'll
kind
simply
of
fly
does.
away.
I think it might matter if an explosion could crush you with the entire mountain with it.
You can go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Does the female dragon want to pat the large snake?
Oh yeah, the female dragon. It's like, oh, I like the snake toy. It doesn't talk as much.
Yeah, I'll coil near her and she can pat me.
Jesus, if I didn't have advantage, if I
Yeah.
didn't have a disadvantage.
You're trying, Michael, but they're just not listening to you. They seem a little off their sorts. Like there's something off with them.
Wait, so Copernicus is also a dragon?
Copernicus.
Copernicus's father, the female dragon says.
Yes,
What is
he's
fa-
a bit irritable.
The male dragon says.
What is he? What is father? Forefather or?
The dragons look to each other.
You should stop saying his name. Yes, he does not like
Okay.
it when people say his name.
Good.
I'll just
Alright.
refer him to as that guy.
I'm going tired. Can we take our toys and leave?
Can I
Yes,
try and
my
Oh,
replace?
wait, can Anadoltia interject for a
Well,
moment?
just say
like,
it. Fluffy, were you saying something first?
Yeah, can I try and interject myself in Anastasia's place? Just like
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Can you
just
roll me a
have
sleight
a
of
snake
hand
instead.
check?
As a
Or
snake.
I'm sorry,
Yay!
it could be acrobatics. It doesn't matter. It's a dex. So, Anadoltia, are you trying to get out?
at this moment, since they say that they're trying to really take me somewhere, I am.
Okay, so in that case, you give Fluffy advantage, and the snake just kind of weasels in and pushes you out of the dragon's grasp. And the dragon notices, I like this one better anyway, it's long.
I'm bigger.
It's bigger. and Anadoltia, you just kind of plop onto the ground.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
I asked the two dragons, before you take my friends away, where exactly can I find that guy?
Oh, the castle.
They're only taking me
simple
away,
enough.
so don't worry. I can escape
Well-
fairly easily.
Come,
Oh.
Curia.
I'm just
Let us go
gonna.
find supper on the other side of the lake.
There's nothing I can do. I
Yes,
just
of course, darling Curia.
simply wave to the others like, bye. They're just gonna take They're just gonna take my companions away.
Ideal,
They're
do you
just
want to
taking
do
Fluffy.
anything?
They're just taking Fluffy, right? They're not taking Anastasia, right?
No, it looks like they're just taking you right now.
Yeah, good. That's what I wanted. Because I can escape with relative ease, so I'm not bothered.
Alright, yeah.
Trust
Have a good
Fluffy.
trip.
Ooh, a unicorn. Can I have that one too?
Of course, dear Cura, you can have anything you'd like.
Oh, wonderful.
Anadoltia is currently,
She walks
running
over
towards-
toward you. Yeah, Ideal, and she goes to grab you. Do you let her grab you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right, let's go. We'll play with my new toys, and we'll have a delicious meal.
And
Yes, of course, my dear
being the
Cura.
only one that's not grabbed, I'm just gonna wave
No,
with
and
the.
Adolcia's not grabbed either.
Yeah, Anadoltia's returning back to her sticky puppy.
And
All
Adolcian
right,
just
my
say,
dear knight and Dolly,
I'm just-
I'll be back for you later. Stay here, don't go anywhere.
And,
I'm gonna look at Andolcian and be like, I think we should just leave. There's nothing we can do for them.
the dragons both take to the air and fly away. Heading toward the lake, taking Ideal in one claw and a giant snake in the other claw. And,
Can I coil
Yeah,
on her back?
they-
if it allows?
yeah, probably.
That way she doesn't have to carry me. Less effort for her.
She's fairly gentle with you, Ideal. And she's kind of like distracted. She's not really paying attention where she's flying. And she almost hits a couple things.
You have a unicorn horn, that's very strange.
But yeah, they fly off with you two. And with that, I think our adventure comes to an end.
Yeah. I can
Well, to me and Anadolcia, I just look at Anadolcia and say, "Yeah, there's nothing we can do for them. We just have to move on." And then me and Anadolcia trek onto the castle together. To be continued? Question mark.
Yeah, Anadoltia.
No,
will
you
probably-
remember your mission was to report your findings.
Right. Oh, well,
So-
there's nothing we can do for those two. So me and Anadolcia go back to report our findings. To
Oh,
be
wait,
continued.
Question. Who has the box?
They don't have it. They said Copernicus had it.
I mean, the
Oh.
box?
Oh, that box? We'll say Michael had it.
Yeah, I had
It's
them.
easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's the responsible one in our party.
So yeah, as you two are taken off, the dragons go to the far side of the lake, where the male dragon grabs some like huge fish out of it, and then they just start ripping into it just viciously. Do you two do anything, or do you wait around? They tell you to wait, and they're gonna play after.
Oh wait. Tell us to wait,
I
or
nudged
No,
the
they didn't tell
area
you.
where Ideal put his good berries.
So, Ideal, are you gonna wait and play with the dragons?
No, I'm gonna try and
gonna
sneak
leave?
away while they're eating.
Yeah, you two, you can sneak away, no problem if you want. And with that, our adventure comes to an end. Ideal, you sneak away. Fluffy, do you hang out with the dragons for a little bit, or do you sneak away?
I can form at any time. I'm happy to hang with them for a bit.
Okay. They want to play with you like an action figure, basically. The male dragon grabs some jewel
this
from
is
the
a
lake,
learning experience.
and they kind of bash you against the jewel like a little kid playing with an action figure. It kind of hurts. But
Ow.
but in
Never
the
seen a
end,
dragon before.
yeah, in the end, you have a very weird learning experience with dragons, and the rest of you
And then
return.
just use that and away I go.
Lol.
I imagine like sometime in the future. Now kiss, smash.
Yeah, kiss.
Wait,
Now
as-
kiss!
as-
Now kiss! Smash! He just turns into a cloud of smoke. Like, what happened?
Yeah, they broke me.
Loon needs this everywhere.
Fight, kiss.
Poof. Oh, that whips.
I broke it.
But yeah,
Stuffy
you've
flies
completed
away.
your adventure. You each earn your stipend of 300 Bartholomew bucks and 2 points of experience, except for Anadoltia, who's a Fable character, who gets her
Right,
200.
level up.
And yeah, congratulations, guys. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.